one of the possible reasons why people are still single is because palpak ang marketing, kulang sa packaging. Welcome to the Singles Podcast by Singles Events Manila, hosted by your resident matchmaker and researcher, Vanessa A. Today, I am so excited to introduce to you a preacher, a motivational speaker, and someone who loves busting myths on love and relationship. He is here with us today to share tips and best practices on how to have an enjoyable single life, even if you're just at home. May I introduce to you the author of Bakit Single Ka Pa Rin, Brother Velden Lim. Brother Velden Lim, welcome to the Singles Podcast.
Hi everyone. Hi Vanessa.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you, brother. So before we get right to it, may I ask you this initial question. Brother Velden, what are you most grateful for today?
Right now, basically, just being alive and being able to do this, to still help other people, to have some sense of purpose, like this interview, so I can, kasi walang work eh.
Yeah.
So at least I still get to help other people, serve other people, work in some way, and so I can add value to other people's lives.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you, Brother Velden. I actually identify with that. I'm also very thankful that we are all alive today. And at this time, I think it's a very big thing. And we also hope that everyone remembers to say thank you for their lives every day. So, Brother Velden, we know that you are the CEO of Fired Up Human Resource Training Services, a company that provides training and seminars, right? And then we also know that your videos have trended on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube for your tips and advices on love and relationship. So with all those things, Brother Velden, what we want to hear from you today, we hope to hear from you some tips and advice that you could share to our single professionals in Manila on how can, they enjoy single life even if they're just in the comforts of their house. So do you have any tips and, best practices for singles?
Basically, Vanessa, the same principles that I teach single people to do before the quarantine actually still applies until today. Basically, as a single person, as a single man or woman, you need to maximize this time to grow yourself. Because at the end of the day, of course, I know most of you here who are in Singles Events Manila is actually looking for the right one, the right partner. However, what we should understand is that before we can find the one, our job is to be the one first. Therefore, you need to grow yourself. So currently, 1 month mahigit na tayo sa quarantine, and maybe this is a great opportunity for us to look back ever since this quarantine has begun. What have changed in our lives? Because sa akin, sayang naman tong quarantine na ito if you are not going to get out of this as a better transformed person. So basically, how do you grow yourself? So first and foremost, you need to take this time to relax, to breathe, recharge. Ayan. Secondly, a good thing to do is to learn. So the mere fact that you're watching this video is actually a good sign because you are somehow learning how to be a better person, how to be a better single. But wag lang sana sa area ng love and relationships. Grow yourself maybe in your career, maybe in crafts, making some art. I don't know. Maybe you could learn how to dress well. how you can present yourself much better. Maybe you can heal the brokenness in your past. Move on ka na sa ex mo na yan. Something like that. There is so much content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. You just need to look for it.
That's true, Brother Velden. So in line with what you're saying, no, like let's make our first singles to make use of this time to develop themselves, to improve, not just say develop the aspect of relationship, but also themselves. So you've mentioned about search sa YouTube, siguro like learn how to dress yourself. When you said that, it reminded me of your book that you published last 2018. Yung I'm sure a lot of singles in Manila knows about this book, yung Bakit Single Ka Pa Rin. And if I'm remembering it right, Brother Velden, one of the key points in your book, if I may quote you directly, you've said na one of the possible reasons why people are still single is because palpak ang marketing, kulang sa packaging. Do you remember yourself saying this?
Of course, definitely.
Yeah. Do you mind expounding on this one? Would love to know why you said it.
Basically, Vino, my book is about busting myths about love and relationships. And the subtitle of my book kasi, Bakit Single Ka Pa Rin? Mga kalokohang pinaniwalaan mo tungkol sa pag-ibig. And basically, there are 5 myths there. One of the myths is that naniniwala tayo na ang importante mabait ka. Kasi yan yung sinabi sa atin ng mga magulang natin. No? Importante mabait ka. And somehow, totoo naman yun, di ba? Na importante mabait ka. However, naniniwala ako that hindi lang pwedeng mabait ka. Bakit hindi ka maging mabait at maganda at presentable at the same time? And jumping off from what you said na kulang sa packaging, kulang sa packaging, palpak ang marketing. Kasi I know a lot of single people who are really beautiful, but they dress sloppily, or maybe their confidence is lacking. Kasi ang gaganda talaga. Tapos they are wondering bakit hindi pa rin sila nagkaka-boyfriend at girlfriend. And maybe that's one of the reasons, because you need to understand this, that we are living in a world that is so based on perception. Ibig sabihin, maraming judgmental na tao. So, correct, di ba? Sometimes you can even get a job just because you presented yourself very well. Pero hindi nangangahulugan na mas magaling yung taong nag-present ng sarili niya dun sa isang candidate. In the same way, ganun din. Minsan, tayo nga mga tao, kung kayo nga rin minsan ginajudge natin yung mga manliligaw natin base dun sa itsura nila. So you need to understand as well that they are also judging you that way. How you package yourself, how you present yourself. Right. So, you need to maybe, siguro matuto ka muna magsuklay, naliligo ka ba, mga ganyan.
Exactly.
So, in fact, the resources are out there. It's available for men and women. There are a lot of tutorials how to do your makeup, how to dress well, how to dress in a classic style, classic way na it never goes out of style. You don't need to break the bank in order for you to present yourself very well. Ang daming tutorials dyan. Maniwala kayo sa akin. You just need to find it. And of course, you need to ask the right people. So, for example, si Vanessa, she's really a beautiful woman. Not only she's beautiful, you are also very well presented. The way you dress, grabe yung ano mo pa, yung highlights mo pa na yung white pa yung buhok mo, pero you pulled it off very, very well. You can ask people who are like that. Pag nakita nyo, parang ang ganda ng forma nito parang ang ganda ng packaging niya. You can ask those people, how do they dress? What comes into their minds? Paano sila manamit? Yung beauty regimen nila, etc. Right. Ganun din sa lalaki. And alam ko yung mga lalaki minsan hindi sila masyadong particular dyan kasi nga lalaki, walang pakialam. But you need to understand that women also would like to see a well-dressed guy.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not saying na mas importante yung presentation mo,
Mm-hmm.
but what I'm saying is that if you are presented and packaged and marketed very well on the outside, at least you spark interest in a possible quote unquote partner.
That's
And
true.
when you catch his or her attention, and when you talk to that person, then that person will realize that, hey, this person is not just a pretty face, this person has a substance. Therefore, I might be interested with this guy or girl. And then, at least, you increase your chances of getting the right person for you.
Right, Brother Velden. Kumbaga, magkakaroon ka ng fighting chance compared sa
Correct.
hindi ka talaga totally nag-ayos. You didn't present yourself in a way that you look like you're someone that has something to offer also on the table. So one of
Correct.
the many things that we love about this advice, Brother Velden, is it does not discount the fact na okay lang maging masama yung ugali mo basta maganda ka. Hindi ganon. So we love that we also recognize the importance of developing our personality, and when we say personality, that includes the way we present. And of course, it's not only true for, kasi 'di ba brother, sinasabi nila yung lalaki lang yung tumitingin sa like physical appearance, which is like true for most parts. It really, like what you have said initially, that's where the interest starts, no, like if you look presentable and beautiful. But also I'd also like to share na even sa babae, Brother Velden, when you say look at two guys, one is someone who knows how to carry himself, who knows how to be confident because he knows sa sarili niya that I'm taking care of myself, compare sa another guy na parang very aloof, very parang super conscious just because he know sa sarili niya na hindi siya ganon ka, alam mo yun, kaayos, not enough research, not enough, say you have mentioned, asking people who knows how to curate an image. So kung baga, Brother Velden, kung tayo nga may sakit, pupunta tayo sa doktor. Pero if we also want to, present, bring out the best in us, we could also go to like image consultant, a friend who knows how to style and to take care of themselves. Because I agree with you when you say that at least magkakaroon ng chance. And that's true, magkakaroon ka ng fighting chance, especially if your number one goal right now is to find a partner that you want to spend your life with, hopefully in the long run.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we both agree on that, and I'm very happy on that tip because karamihan kasi brother na nare-receive nating advice na magpakabait ka lang, dapat successful ka sa career mo, dapat magalang ka and everything. But then bihira yung nagsasabi na yung kumbaga slaps your face and tells you na no, you also have to look good at least.
Correct. Kasi
So
alam mo, Vanessa, no, tandaan niyo, whenever you meet a person, instinctively, we are actually gauging that person. And it's not a bad thing per se. It's just human nature, no?
that's
And
true.
in fact, as you have mentioned, I'm also a preacher. So basically, every Sunday, I do ministry work. And basically, ang mindset kasi ng mga religious people is that when you are talking about religious stuff and you're talking about God, it should be about simplicity, etc. But ako, personally, I used to think that way. But sabi ko, I'm preaching to the world right now. I'm preaching to normal, common people who have everyday lives. I need to compete with the secular world. So therefore, whenever I go on stage, I also need to present myself very well.
Yeah.
Kasi to spark interest, not just on the quote unquote religious people, but those people who are also naturally attracted to the secular world. So ibig sabihin, I present myself very well, they listen to me, and then because I spark interest in them, when they listen to me, then they will realize that I have a content, a substance that actually can help their lives. So basically, first impressions last. And you can use that to your advantage, not just for yourself, for your own glory, but also for you to bring value to others.
Right. So I like also, Brother Velden, that you made a non-romantic or non-relationship example. No, like having a good personality will not only give you higher chances on finding a love, but also it gives you an opportunity to, for more people to listen to you, and of course to hear your message, compared to like parang pagdating mo sa stage, parang ano ba to, sobrang parang he does not have his stuff together, so nobody would really care whatever you have to say. Brother, I remember when you said na it's human nature, and I remember those studies that they say na biologically we are really drawn to, say, good looking people, just because biologically our bodies are looking for cues of healthy reproductive system. So if you look good, you have a good skin, you have like a good set of teeth, it also sends a message to people and also to your prospective partner that you are capable of bearing a child, of making a child, and of course, taking care of them because you're healthy and hindi ka sakitin. So that's also very biological.
Yes, exactly.
So I think this advice of yours, brother, does not also apply to, finding a romantic partner, but even in the office, when you dress well, people tend to listen to you. People who also dress well and speak well tend to have a higher chance on promotions based on
Correct.
studies. So that's a very good advice to start with, Brother Velden. So besides the marketing and the packaging, I also like that in your book, you've mentioned that you can give as a single person, even if initially the person who likes you, kahit hindi mo siya type, you actually encourage them to give chance to someone na kahit initially you gauge na, he's not or she's not my usual type. What is the reason behind this, brother?
One of the primary reasons why I wrote that, because I experienced it myself. In fact, when I courted somebody when I was younger, the first time ko nabasted. At nabasted ako not just once, not twice. I was busted 3 times by this beautiful lady. However, dun sa 3 times na binasted niya ako, nagulat ako, pag niyayaya ko siya mag-date, sumasama pa rin naman siya sa akin.
Okay.
Apparently, this lady, kaya pala niya ako binabasted kasi kasi ang bilis-bilis ko, parang less than a month gusto ko nang maging kami.
Okay.
Tapos siya, kinikilala pa niya ako in the course of our dating, getting to know face. And later on, when she found out that I'm actually a great guy, tapos somehow I convinced her that I was worthy of her love, yun, sinagot na niya ako. And right now, asawa ko na siya, may anak na kami. So, basically, what am I pointing at? Kahit hindi niya ako type initially, kasi ayaw niya sa akin eh. Kasi I was the boisterous one, the noisy one, the loud, very loud ako eh. Ito talaga yung personality ko. Ang gusto niya, medyo mysterious ng konti. Tapos, meron akong karibal nun. 3 kasi kami nanliligaw sa kanya nun. Meron akong karibal nun. Parang varsity player, ang ganda ng katawan. Eh, yung katawan ko nun, para akong bola. Yun, like a ball, yung parang bola.
Cute!
So, cute. So, yung gano'n, cuddly. Pero, hindi ako yung ganong klaseng tao. However, what I loved about her is that she gave me a chance. She got to know me beyond my presentation and marketing and yung kilig factor niya. Because of that, doon niya na-realize na, okay, hindi ko siya type initially, pero this person is actually a husband material. Hindi nga lang boyfriend eh, husband material. Responsable pala tong tao na ito. He's a selfless, caring person. Then maybe this person is the right one for me. What am I pointing at? Minsan kasi, meron kayong mamimit na guy or girl na hindi pasado sa checklist ninyo eh.
Yeah.
Isa sa mga dahilan bakit single ka pa rin, baka mamaya sobrang grabe yung checklist mo eh. Di ba? Pero, you need to, the goal of dating is not actually, you need to understand it, the goal of dating is not to actually get the right one kagad. Although that's you may be lucky if that happened. But the goal of dating is to actually get to know the potential partner in order for you to really decide carefully and to know, is this really the right guy or girl for me? So, kasi naniniwala ako, beyond chemistry, beyond likability, you should always look for character. And so, the only way to find out if that person is a husband or wife material is to actually give that person a chance. Kasi minsan, kadalasan, mabuting tao talaga yan. Grabe yung character, husband, wife material talaga. Ang problema, balik tayo dun sa kaninang sinabi natin, baka palpak din yung packaging niya. Baka palpak yung marketing niya. So you just have to get to know the other person. Give love a chance.
Give real love a chance. Right.
Correct.
It's wonderful because, Brother Velden, the way that it sounds to me is, initially, even if, for example, gusto ko 6-footer, gusto ko super slim, ma-muscle, gusto ko graduate ng ganitong school, this superficial, say, listing, if for example, I'm single, if I get to know someone who's like the totally opposite of what I'm looking for physically, but then he hits all the values that I'm looking for in a husband, I wouldn't realize that until I give him a chance.
Correct.
That's right. So, although some of the singles kasi are saying na, paningin ko hindi kami magkiklik, so hindi ko na siya i-date. So those kinds of thinking, brother, I think the message that you're also sending to singles is, you can date, it's okay to date and get to know as many people as you can.
Correct.
Why do you think so?
Ako naniniwala ko, joke ko to dun sa libro ko eh. Para sa akin, ang pag-ibig, ang paghahanap ng partner, parang raffle draw lang yan eh. The more entries you send, the more chances of winning.
Oh.
What do I mean with this? It's really a numbers game. So, it's really a numbers game, come to think of it. And yun nga yung sinasabi ko, kasi baka mamaya, hindi mo siya dinidate kasi feeling mo hindi kayo magkiklik. Pero teka lang, you meron kang personal bias kasi hindi siya nag-fit dun sa quote-unquote ideal guy, ideal girl mo. And you need to date that person. Tandaan niyo to, when you are dating another person, eto lang huwag kasi kayo masyadong aasa pag nag-date kayo. At huwag ka rin magpapaasa pag nag-date kayo. You need to understand that when I talk about dating is just a getting to know phase. Ibig sabihin, you can, di ba, minsan ginagawa natin yan, date natin yung mga kaibigan natin. It's still a date. Pero walang romantic feelings involved. So, whenever you are dating somebody, halimbawa, na-meet mo sa isang social networking site, di-date mo siya, huwag mo muna lagyan ng feelings. The best way to treat it is that you are actually dating somebody, you are actually getting to know somebody, not as a potential partner pa nga but actually as a friend. And tandaan nyo ito kasi, for example, hindi mo masyadong type ito. Tapos, dinate mo. At nung dinate mo siya, na-realize mo, hindi mo talaga siya gusto. But if you have built great camaraderie with that person, tapos parang medyo palagay ng loob nyo sa isa't isa, kahit hindi kayo magkatuluyan kasi hindi mo talaga siya type or hindi kanya talaga type, tandaan mo ito, yung taong yan, meron din niyang ibang kaibigan na single na pwede kanyang i-connect. And when you are in that circle of that other person's circle, that is the time that you are increasing your chances of finding a match for you. So yun ang sinasabi ko, parang networking lang yan.
Yes.
So ano lang yan, parang matching lang yan. So kahit hindi mo masyadong type, i-date mo. Not because gusto mo siya maging boyfriend or girlfriend, kasi gusto mo lang siya maging kaibigan. Kung hindi kayo magkatuluyan, okay lang. At least you gained a friend or you gained a future client for your business or you gained a new contact for whatever network connection that you will be needing later on in your life. And kung magkatuluyan kayo dahil na-realize mo na, oy, good catch pala ito after a few dates, di panalo ka. So it's a win-win situation. Kahit hindi mo masyadong type, sige lang, i-date mo. Pero huwag kang aasa, huwag kang magpapaasa para you guard your heart and you guard his or her heart as well.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. So many words of caution there also, Brother Velden, which I think is very useful. So if I am to speak as a matchmaker from Singles Events Manila, it's actually one of the messages that we send out to singles out there. Dating is actually a numbers game. We believe in that because like if you open your network to meeting as many singles as you can, that's true, brother. If you date someone and it didn't work out, we believe that dating is not only getting to know that person, but the more you date, you get to know a lot of things about what you like and what you don't like as well.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why dating is really good.
And then I also like what you said that when you actually start dating, or for example, you go and attend like a singles event, you don't go there with a mindset na, this is a dating event, I should go out with a partner and someone to marry. It's actually not very healthy because like all throughout the event, you'll be expecting, all throughout the, say, the date or the gathering, you'll be like a lot of thinking will get into your head and you won't be able to act as natural as you are, not even enjoy the experience. So we like the approach of going on dates, going on singles event with a very rational mind. I'm just here. I'm gonna see if there's someone I could be friends with, someone who's on the same wavelength as myself. And then, it will be such a good experience if you end up like meeting a friend and then kapag meron ka mang nakilalang significant other, kumbaga bonus na siya, Brother Velden.
Correct.
And you don't beat yourself na, maybe I'm not beautiful, maybe I'm not very attractive, maybe kailangan ko pa mag-gym or uminom or magpaayos ng ilong because nobody liked me. So the thinking na parang I'm just here to get to know the person, I'm just here as a friend is very, very smart, I must say.
Correct.
Right.
Saves you a lot of heartache as well.
That's true. And it also saves a lot of time. Because it's difficult if you get out there and then expect like that a single person would like go after you, okay, you go after that person just because you are already in this relationship mindset. Nawala yung fun, nawala yung get to know phase na all of us have to go through.
Exactly.
Right. Brother Velden, it's good that so far we've talked about having like a good personality, and that's include like physical, both for men and women, not just only for women, to be fair. And then we also acknowledge the power of networking. Hindi mo man siya makatuluyan, that person has a friend, has a cousin, has a brother or sister that he or she might introduce to you if you just be kind and friendly. And then I think the other point is approaching dating with a friendly mindset. Hindi agad-agad puro emotions na baka siya na to o kaya naman ginudge mo na agad na hindi kami bagay. So yeah, if you have a friendly mindset, you'll give chance to more people. So besides this very practical advice, Brother Velden, my next question is, since all of us, including myself and you also and your family, for singles who are at home, some of them, they're just alone, there will be times na hindi kasi natin maiiwasan. We're gonna feel sad. Some of us like get a little depressed, especially if we look at the number of cases in the Philippines. So there's also a lot of longing for social connection, especially with the practice of social distancing right now. So some singles are asking, we want to know your opinion on this, Brother Velden. Would it be better that for singles to use this downtime to connect to new people or to reconnect with their ex? What do you think, Brother Velden?
Uh, sa akin, for me, reconnecting with an ex is actually a bad idea. Why would you need to reconnect with an ex? Yung iba, sasabihin nila, kasi I need some closure. Wala lang, kakamustahin ko siya. Come on, you need to be real. Are you reconnecting with that ex for closure? Or baka naman ang gusto mo reopening?
Yeah.
You need to be honest with yourself. And you see, lalo na kung yung ex mo na yan is meron ng bagong boyfriend or girlfriend, edi it might be a bad idea, not just for him or her, but most especially for you. Kasi baka mamaya may progress na yung moving on mo, tapos biglang ma-stifle pa, ma-hinder pa because you reconnected with an ex. So sa akin, reconnecting with an ex is really a bad idea during this time. And yun. And secondly, this is a good opportunity for you to actually to reconnect more maybe with your friends and your family most especially. And yan ang magandang gawin. But this is also can be a good time for you to connect with new people. And so meron nga akong isang nakitang post parang ang dami na niya masyadong nakausap ngayon, ang dami niya ng dates after ng quarantine. Pero again, at least you are increasing your chance of meeting new people, gaining new friends. So this is actually a good time to do that. Pero sa akin lang, hinay-hinay lang sa flirting. Kasi baka mamaya flirt ka tapos hindi mo pala kaya mag-fully commit to that person, especially once you have seen that person sa personal, di ba, in person.
Right.
So there, basta reconnecting with your ex, niloloko mo lang sarili mo.
So there
hindi closure yan, reopening yan.
Right. So there you go, single professionals. According to Brother Velden, reconnecting with an ex, no matter how sad, feeling lonely you are during the enhanced community quarantine, is a no-no. So let's just erase that, block that from our options. So meeting new people, also I agree with what you said, brother, that this could also be a good time to connect with new people, especially if one of your goals this year is to, get to know new friends, expand your network, whether professionally or romantically. So, Brother Velden, I'm not sure if you have seen some people, they're posting, photos of their Zoom group meetings. So I think that's a very good idea. Have you seen some of your friends doing that?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
Meron pa ako nakita virtual inuman, ganyan.
Perfect. So although a lot of singles would prefer na Brother Velden would still Miss Vanessa would still prefer the actual dating. Actually, since we can't do the actual dating right now, we recommend to actually make use of the technology. Although not in a way na parang swiping left and right. That's true, Brother Velden. We have to hinay-hinay lang if the reason why you're going to those dating sites is to flirt and stuff. But if you have this genuine interest to get to know people, there are a lot of ongoing workshops, seminars, get-togethers that are happening virtually.
Actually, you can use this time to spark your interest. So for example, you join this group about maybe traveling or maybe fitness group, ganyan, tapos mag-Zoom meeting kayo doon. And then you will get to know a lot of people there. Tapos you might be surprised dahil interest mo 'yon. So technically yung potential partner mo, interest mo. So more probably rather, baka mag-jive kayo, at least in that aspect. So nakita mo yung goal mo is self-development, but at the end of the day, because you are actually trying to grow yourself, you are actually hitting two birds in one stone. You also get to know more people who have the same interest as you.
Right. So, Brother Velden, you are suggesting that they could actually explore new hobbies, join groups, and hopefully meet with these people after the quarantine, right?
Exactly. I mean, yes, connecting
Mhm.
via social media or online may not be a suitable substitute for actually meeting that person,
Yeah, of
that
course.
other person
Mhm.
live in person. But you need to understand this. As human beings, we have this innate sense of wanting to be connected to one another. And that's the beauty of the internet. We can actually do that now, even if we are in community quarantine. Imagine this pandemic happening nung wala pang internet. Siguro mas nakakabaliw ito. But there's this technology, use it to our advantage, but always know that this can never take the place of person-to-person connection. But this is a good start, and you should take advantage of it.
That's very good for singles to know that not only when it comes to like dating, they also have options on connecting people in terms of similarities of hobbies and personal development. So we like that very much. Just to share, Brother Velden, like for example, for Singles Events Manila, we're actually doing like free virtual parties right now, wherein the goal is not to date, but to actually just, get together, talk among yourselves, like what have you done to contribute in the society right now, how did you help the frontliners. So these things, we've seen that singles who have actually gone to this kinds of online get together felt much better than just sticking to their phones, texting, messaging, and not being able to speak with someone like via video call.
Correct.
Right.
It's for our sanity.
Yeah, it's for our sanity. So it's good that, Brother Velden, would you know like any, say, get-togethers that are happening not just only for singles, let's say for like young professionals like ourselves, like on Facebook or in any social media network that you know. What activities can they do?
Sa akin, no better place to be than to be in your group, Singles Events Manila. Kasi you
Oh,
have a lot of those things. So maybe you can start with there. And then, ang dami kasi, gugulat ako yung katulad yung wife ko, kung ano-ano na sinasalian, cooking group, ganitong, kung lahat, ang dami, pwedeng hobby. So you just type it in, hanapin mo sa Facebook kung merong groups na gano'n. Because actually, being part of those different kinds of groups can actually lead you to more network as well. And at the same time, you're enjoying yourself and growing yourself.
wonderful. I like that. Growing yourself. I think that it's also very important because this time that we have right now, we don't have to go to work, travel, spend so many hours in traffic. We actually like we have spare hours which we can devote in things that we love doing, and then in things that we have been setting aside before because we have been so busy. So that is very, very wonderful to hear from you, Brother Velden, that one of the many ways that single could enjoy their life staying at home is through personal development.
Correct.
Right. So, Brother Velden, just for my last question, what do you think is that one key thing that singles can do to enjoy their life at home, even like without a partner? Do you have like one solid advice now, while you're single, while you're like, by the way, like single life is just 1/3 of our life. So it's actually very short for most people. So how can they take advantage of that? Let's not talk about like finding a partner right now. Let's talk about like, I'm single. I want to enjoy my life while I'm on home quarantine. How do you think I can do that?
I guess the gift of this enhanced community quarantine is that we are given this time to reflect or replan our lives. So this is an opportunity for us to revisit our hearts, to revisit our long-term plans. Ask yourself, are you doing the purpose that God is actually calling you to do in this world? And you see, alam nyo, ito side sharing lang. Itong mga nakaraang araw, I was invited by someone to play Scrabble Go. And throwback yan ng kabataan ko Scrabble. So I got hooked into it. Alam mo, I'm the type of person that I'm not into online gaming so much, or any kind of games for that matter, because I'm too busy. But I was reconnected with Scrabble, and alam mo, I found myself 3 straight days nagpupuyat 2 a.m. na ako nakatulog dahil kaka-Scrabble. Na-addict ako. I mean, it's really enjoyable. It gave me pleasure. It gave me enjoyment. But after 3 days, alam nyo, na-realize ko parang medyo nade-depress ako ng konti. Lumulungkot ako ng konti. And then, when I was reflecting, sabi ko, saan nanggagaling ito? Then I realized I was spending so much time in Scrabble Go, in online gaming. So, what am I pointing at? This time for community quarantine is actually a good time for pleasure, for rest, for enjoyment, for hobbies. But at the end of the day, I believe in this. Pleasure without purpose will always be pointless. So, what do I mean with this? This time of enhanced community quarantine, revisit yourself. Are you living the purpose that God has intended for you during this time? Because if not, you are given by life this chance to revisit your life. Maybe after the community quarantine, you can refocus and reshift your perspective and your direction towards that purpose that you think that you should pursue. For example, dito mo malalaman, are you really in the right job? Are you really in the right career? Are you doing what you are supposed to do? And so, while we are enjoying this, remember this, always make it a point that a day never lasts without you doing something purposeful. I believe one of the greatest purpose of our lives is to serve others, to add value to others, to help other people. During this time of quarantine, ask yourself, how can you help? How you can contribute to the society? And kaya nga tinasabi ko, grow yourself. Actually, growing yourself is not just for you. Growing yourself is so that you can grow others and you can help others. And when you do that, you actually decrease your chances of being depressed, being anxious. Kasi palabas palagi. When you are going outside yourself, you are actually being more joyful and happy. Kasi that's one of the key factors of happiness.
Find your purpose. Very well said, Brother Velden. Having said that, we would like to thank you so much for urging singles to not just, think about the things that they could improve in their personal life, but also how to add value in other people's life.
Just a side note, ito when you add value to others, it actually makes you more attractive. We are attracted to people who are influencers, game changers, people who are world changers. And when we actually see people who are like that, we are drawn to that person. And it actually makes you more pogi, more beautiful. That I guess that's the secret. But again, you don't do that so that you can gain from it para meron mong ma-attract na mga boys or girls. No, you do that to help. But remember this, whenever you help, whenever you add value to others, people can't help but be drawn to you.
Yes.
Maybe that's the thing that's missing in your life. And then later on, you will finally get the right one, the one you truly deserve.
Wow. So that's also one of, the opportunities that singles could actually take advantage right now. I totally agree with that, Brother Velden, because it's not just like people are saying that if you help people, you become more attractive. There are actually scientific studies that said that the more you do volunteers, and then like if people do an interview and then, for example, a job interview, and then you mention that you volunteer for this organization, you volunteer to feed people, not only that you look more attractive, you are actually more employable.
Correct. Ito speaking from a married man's perspective, alam nyo, kapag mag-asawa na kayo, tapos na kayo sa phase na na pinapatunayan mo pa yung ganda mo, yung kagwapuan mo, yung kagalingan mo. You know what? my wife finds me attractive whenever I help her do the chores, whenever I take care of the kids. Again, when you are selfless, when you are taking care of others, when you are helping, when you are serving, it makes you more attractive.
Of course. Yun, baka doon na bumabalik, Brother Velden, yung mga advice ng mga magulang natin na very important yung character, dapat mabait, dapat masipag. So ano pala yun? It's the advice that we've given them a while ago, and then yung mga advice ng mga parents natin, it's actually a piece of a puzzle that we could try as much as possible to fill, no, to be like a whole person, an attractive, interesting person, not only physically but also even coming from the within aspects of ourselves.
That's why try to look for that person, a person who is selfless, dying to yourself, yung hindi mayabang, marunong magpakumbaba, because at the end of the day, it will really sustain your relationship because you have nothing to prove to that other person.
Wonderful. And Brother Velden, I believe also, like, more than us looking for like a partner who is like selfless, a partner who will devote his or her life for others, it's also very important that we become that person first.
Exactly. So, you hit it right.
Wonderful. For singles who have enjoyed that, trust that you'll be hearing more if you subscribe, if you visit to Brother Velden's Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. His complete name is Brother Velden Lim. Is that right, Brother Velden?
Yes, Veldenlim. So just look it up on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And I have videos there, posts and quotes to give people inspiration, hope, and some practical advices on different aspects of life.
Right. So if you're looking for more positive thoughts, inspiration, and motivational speeches, Brother Velden's page is there for you guys. And also, once in a while, he talks about love and relationship, which you wouldn't get wrong getting some practical advice from our guest. So, Brother Velden, thank you very much.
And thank you, Vanessa.
And thank you, everyone, for watching the Singles Podcast by Singles Events Manila. See you guys again next week. Thank you for watching the Singles Podcast by Singles Events Manila, hosted by your resident matchmaker and researcher, Vanessa A. See you guys next time.